Many believe that JHope is recently really frustrated over the stuff that has happened. We also have people talking about JHope and Nayeon, both of them getting some backlash over something that happened at a concert, and then we have K-pop fans sending threats. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave Desai, let's get into it. Many were really frustrated to hear that after V came out of the military, he had taken some, I guess, form of PTSD from that. Now, obviously, I don't believe he actually has PTSD, as he didn't go to war or anything like that, but there are specific traumas that you do get for specific jobs. One that you might not necessarily call actual trauma, or trauma compared to going to war, but still trauma where your body remembers specific things, or you're put on fight or flight type of mode. And of course, being in the military, training in the military, you're gonna be put in that mode for a year and a half. So a lot of people, when V recently talked about his experience in the military, they were quite surprised at how much trauma he has taken with him since leaving the military. He admitted this during the live stream. I believe this was the group live stream that he did, and he talked about his experience in the military. One of the first things that he mentioned was him feeling like he can't really sleep as well as he used to. So sleeping really lightly, where even if there's a very subtle noise, he will wake up, versus him going into a deeper sleep before the military. A lot of people are really upset at that, and very upset that V is suffering through this, with many saying that he is strong and he will fight through it. Just a side note here, I find it a bit insulting for people to say that it is weakness or that it's something that he needs to fight through and that he will be strong enough to do it, because sleeping and being very much a light sleeper is not something that makes you weak. People who have insomnia are not weak. People who can't sleep as well, like I'm a very light sleeper, I do not consider myself weak in that aspect of my life. So I just wanted to add that, right? Like, people adopt different habits all the time. I definitely was a deeper sleeper when I was much younger, then became a really light sleeper. And now I think my sleeping is a little bit deeper than before. So these things change constantly. It makes sense that he would be someone who slept lighter, as when you're in the military, I would imagine they do drills maybe sometimes throughout the night, sometimes maybe perhaps even just having you wake up really early and needing to jump right into the action. This is of course natural if you're fighting or preparing for war, because as far as I'm aware, soldiers and the government from adversaries don't really care that it's 3 a.m. and they don't say, well, it's 3, let's stop throwing bombs. So of course, as a soldier, you have to be prepared at all times. I imagine they are trained for that as well. The other thing which ties into this, and was another thing that people believe is a trauma response, was him jumping out of bed at 6:30 in the morning and essentially doing his roll call. And if you're unfamiliar with what roll call is in the military, I was too, I had to look it up. It's basically them springing up out of bed and then addressing their sergeant, doing a salute, potentially making the bed and getting ready in the morning. I don't fully know, but I assume having this sort of morning routine is essentially what the military is teaching people to have. V says that he does this now on autopilot. And I don't believe he wakes up saluting as he might have done in the military, but I do believe that he was referring to the fact of him just springing up out of bed at 6:30 in the morning, and it would be on the dot. And this of course makes sense. He's been out of the military for only a month or so, so he hasn't really had much time of a break. And so it's not like he's taken time where he's allowed to sleep in a lot and then get kind of out of that habit. There is a habit, of course, in the military where you're scared to sleep deeper because you're scared to, I guess, oversleep or maybe miss something or whatever. And all of this stuff will just take time to get over. Now, some of you guys who might still be in school or are just a little bit younger might remember it being kind of strange during the first week of summer vacation, or maybe even those who have just started retiring, right? I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but it was a situation that I went through where during the first week of summer vacation, I couldn't sleep in or sleep past, let's say 8 or 9 a.m. Of course, the reason why is just because I got used to waking up well before that time, to the point where when I have a break, I'm unable to sleep in a little bit more. And then of course, as the vacation goes on, I can sleep more. So I don't know if it's anything to be too concerned with. I just wanted to explain that to people and maybe put them at ease. Although a lot of people are concerned about BTS being back from the military and just overall having activities planned, or a lot of people are concerned that they might be attacked. People were bringing up the fact that this alleged girl that was seen tugging at JHope's shirt during his concert and not letting JHope go was the same woman that was waiting outside JK's apartment recently. I obviously believe some people who are saying this have just overheard it somewhere and are just spreading it and talking about it, because how on earth can you tell? Because this woman that was waiting outside JK's house, we can't see their face either. So at this point, it's just people making up things to try to get the community more riled up or hate this one person maybe specifically the person that was outside JK's house, and they're trying to connect all these bad things to that one person. And it's easier to do that, right? Because then if this one person goes to jail, the community feels like they have done their job and that the boys are safe and that all the bad guys are gone, right? But the fact of the matter is there's probably more than just one person doing some of these crazy things. It's probably multiple people. Can you get them all? I don't really think you can, but the community wants to feel like they have the power to actually get all of these people in jail. And this is why sometimes I feel like the community has a little bit of a savior complex, because why is it your job? Why is it the community's job to protect the boys at all costs, to the point where you're doing what the police should be doing? You should be protecting or helping out however you can, but you definitely should not be going to this extent to do it and potentially making up things to do it. If you believe that this person is in jail or is getting the treatment that they deserve, then the issue should be over at that point. It should be done. But it rarely is. They want to connect more things. They want to make the charge bigger. I don't know, crazy. Many believe that JHope and some of the other members who have gone through this likely would have told the stalkers to back off and all that stuff, and we probably get too emotional at seeing the stuff that has happened with him. But the bottom line is, if JHope really felt uncomfortable or felt like this alleged fan was crossing a line by tugging at his shirt or whatever, he probably would have thought that back then, or the girl would have been kicked out by security. So I think these are very different people, first of all, and second of all, I believe that JHope was not hurt by this. But just a shameless plug here, if you're interested in checking out K-pop reaction videos, just fun moments where you can kind of fangirl over something together and then have a good time, then make sure you check out the Patreon. It's also a great way to support the channel if you want to do that and keep the lights on. It's getting harder and harder to make a living on YouTube, especially with the K-pop channel and stuff. So if you're interested in supporting my work over there and keeping these videos going or just being part of the community over there, I hope you check it out. You can literally just pay $1 a month and get access to the thousands of videos that are already uploaded on there. And of course, even that amount is so helpful. It goes such a long way. And if you would like to just support here for free and subscribe or whatever, that is totally fine here. There's of course free videos here for you too, and that goes a long way as well. I'll leave a link at the top of the description if you are interested in joining that, and I'll see you over there. Now, if you're unaware, JHope and Nayeon from Twice have been rumored to be in a relationship for quite some time. This rumor came about last year or so, I believe, where pictures showed both of them appearing to be at the same restaurant together. So it appeared like both of them posted pictures of them sitting across from each other, and it seemed as if the two were just hanging out. So people took this as obviously them getting dinner and having a date, and then this then later turned into a bigger rumor, and by later, I mean now. JHope was recently believed to have been seen at the Deadlines tour for Blackpink, and when he got up out of his chair, or got into his chair, I believe this was either the beginning or the end of the concert, he noticed someone that was there, and someone was coming towards him. And this happened to be Nayeon. I think this was a shock for both of them. I think both of them had no idea that either of them were going to be there, and from the reaction, you can tell that they did not know that they were going to be there. But JHope seemed so excited to see her. They probably went up and chatted and talked about things, and people thought this was really cute. But this then turned into, oh, it's so clear that the two are dating, because the rumor had already existed for a little while, and now we're seeing how cute this situation is and their reaction to each other. The first thing that we need to talk about is the fact that two people eating at the same restaurant or two people having dinner together does not necessarily even equate to dating. If that actually is both of them sitting there eating, two people could just meet up to have a business opportunity or potentially talk about business. So that is just pure speculation. We don't actually know what's going on. Now, of course, the ongoing rumor of the concert and them seeing each other, that's also, in my opinion, not really anything either. If the two of them were in fact in a relationship together or even talking to each other frequently for a relationship to happen, like romantically, then both of them would need to be aware where they are. If they're talking every day or if they're in a relationship, they're likely telling each other what they're doing or what their plans are for the next day. Even if they're not someone who's super talkative and wants to update every day, they might still keep up with each other and keep each other in the loop just so that they can figure out a time to meet and hang out. However, if they both seem surprised that they were there, they likely had not been talking to each other. So the dating rumor there doesn't even quite make sense to me either. Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out Patreon for more videos, linked down below. Thank you to this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.